world before Voice was one of very manual oversight at a very low level compared to the business that we did. In the 12 months prior to Voice becoming involved, we saw a very big difference in the way that we managed QA. However, it was a completely manual process. There's various inputs of data from Voice which enable us to determine as an operation what our focus areas should be. The alerts provide us with a daily dose of customer accounts where particular phrases have been used, and we can, on the back of the determined phrase, check that it's accurate first, and then appropriate behaviour from the associate to the account situation. The scorecard data is also vital, and that enables us to determine, number one, whether we've set the scorecard appropriately, because that's an ongoing development area for us. But it means that we can also see how it aligns to our QA framework in terms of the manual listening that we do. Voice is also able to do for us is enable where we've got particular associate development requirements. So where there's a particular instance where a situation has happened that isn't expected or out of the ordinary, we can confirm that we've dealt with it appropriately and feedback where required, either as a coaching process or a training need across the business. Since we implemented Voice, the amount of customers that we have covered with the software has increased. The way that's changed our operations is more around the data analysis that we're able to do on a much vaster number of accounts. We're able to see patterns in customer behaviour or associate behaviour, probably more effective, in that the alerts that had been driven and the scorecards provided basically give us details around not just the customer interaction, but also what our aim of the call is. What Voice has been able to do is to decipher where we're effective and where we're not effective, and then we can target those coaching areas more impactfully. The transcripts enable us to be very factual with our feedback, and that makes the whole process of giving the feedback, receiving the feedback far more effective. Here at SMF, we found the implementation of Voice very straightforward, and I think that's down to the support that we received from Voice themselves. We were very clear on what our expectations were. Those were enhanced once we had any interaction with Voice. Being able to implement it on a staged basis meant that from a basic scorecard, we had our first version of our actual collection scorecard done within 3 weeks. And the speed of that change was driven solely by the support that we received from Sardica at Voice. If I was to rank it between easy and difficult, I would say it was on the easy side, but that's not to deter from the amount of work that went into it and the commitment from the team that were involved. The alerts are worked daily and provide us with insight into our associate behaviour on a daily basis. The scorecards are worked daily, but not all of them. So what we do is we tend to look at the themes that we see in the scorecards on a monthly basis, not only to help us develop a more robust and accurate scorecard, but also to identify at an associate level whether there are particular pinch points that we need to address. If I was to speak to a peer about Voice, I would wholeheartedly recommend it for a number of reasons. Not just the 100% call coverage that's available, it's the impact of the various data streams that you gain from Voice that enable you to take immediate proactive action. The interaction with Voice means that we have a regular touch point so we can learn from our peers. That's a touch point that wouldn't have been available under normal circumstances. The support from Voice in terms of how we're making the most out of the software as well means that it pays for itself day in and day out. The comfort we get from a safeguarding perspective, I think, is invaluable. We've seen the biggest benefit at SMF from our vulnerable customer population, without doubt. It means that we've identified more customers that are potentially vulnerable. It means that we've acted on customers' accounts where there is severe vulnerability and a need to support because they're unable to deal with their finances effectively. That comfort blanket, if you like, as a business means that not only do our figures just look right in terms of our competitors, but we're acting appropriately for our customers. In essence, delivering good customer outcomes is a key focus for us as a business, but part of that, and perhaps more intuitively, it's about doing the right thing by our customers, and Voice enables us to do that far, far better than we were ever able to do prior to its implementation.